This is the Hisense C2 Ultra, a portable projector that has kept my mouth open several times. It's a high-end 4K Ultra HD smart projector that is promising great visuals. It can go up to 300 inches wide, it's promising smart connectivity, and it is portable. But how good is this projector, and is it worth buying? In this video, we're going to test out all of its features in 6 categories, and by the end of this video, you'll be able to understand what this projector is all about. Without further ado, let's get to the video. Easily my favorite thing about this projector is how easy it is to move and set up. You don't need a separate screen or an installer to get going with this one, which is cool. Literally any wall in your house can be your screen. All you have to do is take it out of the box, plug it in, point it at whatever wall is most convenient for you, and you have a display. You can have it projected in front of you at an angle, the ceiling. The C2 Ultra has got you covered. But don't be fooled by its small size. Despite looking small, it feels very sturdy and high quality. While it's not the heaviest projector that I've carried, it's certainly not the lightest either. It weighs around 13.9 pounds or 6 kg. Think about it like this. It's light enough that you can carry it around conveniently, take it on trips, or move it from one room to the other within your house, but it is heavy enough that you don't have to worry. You can trust its build quality and the other features that it promises. Now, this is specifically important considering the features that it is supposed to offer, from 4K video quality to the massive 300-inch screen projection and other adaptive features that we'll get to later in this video. One of the biggest complaints most people have with a projector is that they need extra components to get the best out of them, and even then some of them still don't offer the best image quality. So projectors work when they project onto something. Most projectors need a perfect flat white screen or gray screen, but what about a not so perfect flat white screen or wall? Will this projector work then? Say your walls aren't white. Well, we have a gray wall here, and here's how it looks like when projected onto a gray wall. You could also project it onto your door. If that's something you're into, you could project it on the ceiling as well. But how is this even possible? Well, this is one of the things that allows the C2 Ultra to stand out. Most regular lamp projectors that you may be used to use a traditional high pressure lamp as the light source. So there's a limit to just how bright and high quality the images can be, especially because they use up a lot of energy. The C2 Ultra, on the other hand, is a laser projector. So as the name implies, it uses laser light sources, so it can go as bright as 3000 lumens of brightness without overheating or using excess energy. Beyond this, Hisense also designed the projector with an adaptive color feature that works to adapt the color of the surface that is being projected onto without losing the color and quality of what is being displayed, what is being projected. So your videos don't lose quality despite the wall color. One of my other favorite things about this projector is how adjustable it is. It has a gimbal-like design, and you can set it at almost any angle. This is achievable thanks to its 360 swivel base and the 135-degree tilt, and it lets you project onto anything, anywhere, at weird angles with no stress, which means you can watch your movies on the ceiling the way you're supposed to watch them when you are on your bed. Now let's talk about display quality. The Hisense C2 Ultra is using what they call a triple laser technology, which means that the colors are expected to be vibrant and sufficiently bright. At 3000 lumens, image stays clear and bright even with some lights on. Yes, even with external lights in your room on, this should still project well. And for contrast and detail, it's got Dolby Vision HDR10+, HDR10, HLG, all the major HDR formats. So you do get deeper blacks and brighter highlights and overall sharper visuals, again, despite the color of the wall. And all these features and specs actually translate to reality once you are watching movies, YouTube videos, sports, or playing games on it, and we did all of that. The Hisense C2 Ultra comes with a motorized 1.6x optical zoom, which means you can adjust the screen size from 65 inches to 300 inches without moving the projector or losing resolution. So how does this actually help? Well, let's say we have a smaller wall space like this one. Using the original size creates a lot of spillover, as you can see here, but thanks to the motorized zoom, you can adjust the screen size to fit just right, and you can do this without losing any visual quality. Whether big or small, the image doesn't cramp up. So whether you are in a small room or you want to turn a bigger space into your sort of home cinema, 300 inches, the C2 Ultra is here to adapt to that for you. One of the best features is the auto zoom and auto keystone correction feature that this projector has. It automatically fixes the image so you don't have to do anything when you adjust it. Even if there's a little shake on the projector, it will automatically correct itself and fit it to the shape of the wall. However, we notice that if you are watching it in a small space and something shakes the surface the projector is on, it can disrupt the settings to autocorrect, and as a result, the screen may appear larger and spill over at the edges. You would have to fix this manually. To fix this, you would have to turn off the auto keystone correction feature. Hisense claims that you get a 3D surround sound. You know that sound quality that you get when you go to a cinema? Well, yes, you kind of get that here. The Hisense C2 Ultra also comes with a built-in JBL audio system that has two 10-watt speakers and a 20-watt subwoofer. Now, this allows you to support Dolby Atmos, so the audio isn't just loud, it's also rich and immersive. The first time I heard the sound come out of this thing, I was truly impressed. It was when we were unboxing it here and I just played something on it and I was like, wow, this was all from this small creation. Well, here's how it sounds in the different use cases.
And his ability to beat defenders. He'll have a big influence today. Last man back and job done. And in at the second time of asking.
For context, if you use MTN, Glo or Airtel, a 50% increase in your data package is 5,000 naira becoming 7,500 naira. For a projector, this does a really solid job when it comes to sound quality. No matter what we're doing in the studio, whether we're watching a movie or playing a game, we never had to raise the volume more than 25. Anything more would have been disturbing the neighbors. But of course, if you want more, you can always connect external speakers to improve the sound quality. Alright, so we know this projector is good for movies, but what it does with games is equally as impressive. Apart from the fact that everything looks crisp and sharp, I posted a video on TikTok about that, it also feels fast, smooth, and great in terms of the performance for gaming specifically. Hisense added a feature called DLP Turbo, which is basically there to cut the response time down to just 12 milliseconds. So every move feels instant, the images are clear, and there are no system lags. For the visuals, you get 4K at 60 Hz and Full HD at 240 Hz. Regardless of the game you're playing, you will thoroughly enjoy how everything looks and feels with this projector. This is from a lot of tests. So at some point, you would probably almost forget that this is a projector if you've been using it for a while. Now, let's talk about the external connections. The Hisense C2 Ultra comes with an audio port, 2 HDMI 2.1 ports, one with EARC support, 2 USB 3.0 ports, an Ethernet port, and wireless connectivity with Wi-Fi and Bluetooth 5.3. With these, you should get faster wireless streaming, smooth gaming, and easy connection to external audio setups. And we all know EARC is literally the best thing when it comes to HDMI and audio. It also has this pretty slick remote that feels great in the hand. One standout feature that I absolutely love is that this remote has backlit buttons. So if you're operating this remote in the dark, you don't have to worry about pressing the wrong buttons. And since it's a projector anyway, you most likely would enjoy it. I mean, you definitely will enjoy it when everywhere is dark. So you really need your backlit buttons to get the best out of that experience. Now, speaking of buttons, you can see here that you get quick access to Netflix, YouTube, Prime Video, Disney Plus, even though there's no Disney Plus in Nigeria. The other three are the most popular streaming platforms, services in Nigeria. So it's great that you can easily reach them here. I feel like this is a standard thing at this point. Nice to have. The user interface and experience for this projector was also really great. It looks clean and everything you need is in one place. I have to give an extra point for how easy it was to reach and change different settings on here. We're trying to figure out the eye protection thing. It's not on by default. You can turn it on later on in settings, and when you put your hand there, it cuts off so that it doesn't blind your eye. Essentially, we didn't have to spend too long to figure out how to get things done, so there's no complaints on there. I've also seen a lot of comments about video OS in our previous videos about Hisense devices or screens or TVs. If you want to get maybe an additional OS, you can get something like the Chromecast, even though I feel like the Chromecast is discontinued now. I don't know, I'll put it somewhere there, but you can get something like the Chromecast and get like a Google TV vibe, a Google TV feel. If you want. The Video OS is actually very nice and easy to navigate, just like I've said, but if you want something extra, it's a choice that you have. You can get an additional Chromecast like device to turn your TV into an Android TV. But with all that said, how much does the Hisense C2 Ultra cost? I got this particular unit from Fuani, Nigeria, but as at the time of recording this video, the C2 Ultra is not yet listed on Fuani's website. However, you can also get the C2 for just 1,890,000 naira from them, with the first link in the description of this video. The main differences between the two are in the brightness and a few bells and whistles, but they essentially look the same. You can watch this space or my socials for further information on the C2 Ultra, when it will be available and everything else, but this is the C2 Ultra. I also saw that people can get a 100-inch screen for free when they buy this. Make sure you check the first link in the description if you want to check that out. I think it's available for a limited time. In the meantime, what do you think about this projector and how much would you pay for the C2 Ultra? Let me know in the comments below. And if you've got any questions, drop them in the comments. I'll be right there answering the questions as well.